Hi, my name is John Eric Johnson. I'm a battalion chief with the Longview Fire Department, and we're here at Pierce Manufacturing with Siddons-Martin Emergency Group doing our final inspection Blue 4 for a new rig that we're fixing to take possession of. I'd like to do a walk around video of this rig and show you some details that we spec'd out. So starting with the front of the rig, we did a real sleek design of our front bumper. We've recessed our Q2, our horns, and our sirens to make a sleek design. We also have a pre-connect 150-foot trash line for car fires and vehicle fires. On the top of this rig, we went with a high-vis light. We did 3 of these lights. The 2 on the side we angled at a 45-degree angle, so when you're blocking at an accident scene or if you pull short of a structure fire, you have this light that protrudes to a 45-degree angle and makes the working environment a little better. Moving this way to the rig, this is a Pierce Velocity PUC that we spec'd on this engine. It's a 1,500-gallon pump. In this driver's compartment, we have some unique features. One of the features that we did on this rig, specific to this rig, is we added a remote radio head to the driver's position so that he can help change TAC channels, or if he's having to follow an ambulance to the hospital and he's the only one in the vehicle at the time, he can communicate with the dispatch through the 2-way radio. In this design, we went with a 4-seat capacity in the rear. 3-seat capacity in the rear. We have 2 rear-facing seats with SCBA and 1 forward-facing seat for EMS or duties such as inspections or hydrants. That's the seat in the rear is a non-air pack seat to make it a little bit more comfortable for the firefighter. We chose to do rear-facing seats on this rig to give a little bit more clear sight for the officer and the firefighters' communication so that they have sight lines and can communicate. We brought the EMS compartments back to the rear in order to have access to our EMS gear. So we can access via a roll-up door from the inside compartment and also this outside access on this D-handle door. We chose to make a small compartment here located just below our EMS compartment. This is a vented compartment, and this is where we store flammable fuels and fuel cans, and it's self-vented out of the side. Coming back to here on the crosslays, on this rig we chose not to do the bottom crosslays. Instead, this is where we're going to have storage capacity for our traffic cones. So this makes it easy, accessible for the driver. If he's blocking for an accident, he can access his cones and flares from this location, and these are removable trays. On the top shelf, we have a 2.5 dead lay and a storage compartment for our backboards. Moving to LS3, compartment LS3 is our pump panel. Since it's a PUC rig, all of our controls are behind a roll-up door. On this rig, we chose to do the levers, and we have FRC flow meters. So the way that we designed the rig is we know what nozzles and hose that we're utilizing, and they're the same colors as the discharges. So pretty sleek design. We went with a poly back to make it a little bit more legible. Coming into LS2, this compartment, we did a pack track on this rig to make it a little bit more ergonomical for the design and hanging appliances and nozzles, adapters, and things like this. This is actually a swing-out tray, and we have it on a left hinge system so that when the driver is at his pump panel, he swings it towards him and he has access to those pieces of equipment. Moving to the LS1 compartment, we chose to do a small built-in toolbox with 2 trays. So any of the hand tools that we need, air hoses, DeWalt tools, our battery tools are going to go here. On this top shelf, we chose to do a in-compartment plug. So we have our DeWalt chargers up on this shelf, and they charge whenever the rig is plugged into the shoreline. And then we have our fire extinguishers on the bottom. Moving around to the back of the rig, we had a unique design. We got to utilize Siddons-Martin's emergency management group along with the engineers at Pierce to design this complement for us. So what we wanted to accomplish was we wanted to drop the hose bed as low as we could go, but still make it manageable and ergonomical for the deployment of the hose. So we wanted the hose to be lined up and again to match the colors of our deployment, but we wanted it to be accessible for the firemen. We added this door to this compartment so that we protect our hose and nozzles, so it's hidden behind the door. When the fireman comes out to stretch his line, he just opens the door and stretches his line. Another unique design that Pierce helped us out with is adding this side storage compartment. So a lot of times this is a space that we have our extension hose lines, and we also were able to place our attic ladder at eye level. So typically all the residential fires that we respond to, we use this piece of equipment. So it's deployed, almost on every call. So we wanted it a little bit more accessible, and they helped us design that. We're excited about that. We chose to do a roll-up door on our hose bed, so our LDH and our apartment loads are on top. Along with, unique to this rig, we spec'd a red line, a booster line, so that if we need to do some overhaul operations or if we have a small grass fire, we can utilize this piece of equipment. Coming around to RS1, we designed this compartment for our saw compartment, so our K950s, our chainsaws, and we chose to do no lip on the bottom tray. And this makes it easy to clean, or if you build a built-in plastic tray, then you can easily clean, or you don't have to worry about adjusting for the lip. LS3 we designed for our extrication compartment. This is where we're going to put all of our Meritor extrication tools. It'll be mounted on a Lazy Susan, and again, it's real flush, so access to the equipment is very ergonomical. Our cribbing is located in our struts. We made a tall storage for our Meritor V-struts that are going to be located there. Moving on to our cross-lay positions, again, we have access for the officer and the firefighter to have access to hooks and spare equipment if they're needed. This side, that we decided to make another EMS compartment on this side. We've really liked this on our previous rigs, and this is where we keep, say, our water cooler. It's protected inside, it's air conditioned, and so our drinks, our water coolers, and any kind of supplies we can keep in there. Moving back to the firefighters compartment, moved our EMS compartments back to the back wall. It created ample space for the firefighters to put their gear, to have access back in, from side to side. If the fire is on one side or the other, they can have good access to get to that side where the fire is. So lastly, coming to the officer seat. Something unique that we started doing on our rigs is recessing the dash. So our MDC is kind of recessed down, and this gives the captain able to manage his computer, his MDC work, but still have ample vision for the driver to see over that MDC. This space right here, we provided a flat shelf, and this is where our thermal imager is going to be mounted, so that the officer has, very easy access to that piece of equipment. So that's our Pierce Velocity PUC that we spec'd. We really enjoyed this process. We want to thank everybody, the spec ops team, the spec committee team from Longview, along with Siddons-Martin Emergency Management Group and the Pierce employees as well. So thank you.